Well, coming up on Wednesday, March 8th, the City of Laguna Woods, in conjunction with the California Earthquake Authority and the Orange County Fire Authority, will be having an earthquake preparedness seminar. With us right now is Alexa Pratt. She is the Community Relations and Education Specialist with OCFA. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Before.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, this is fantastic. So this is happening on Wednesday, March 8th. Mm-hmm. And of course, we hear about this all the time in the news, but people tend to kind of put it aside. And this is a time for them not to, because it's that old saying, when it's fresh in your mind, you'll do something about it. As the days go on, you'll forget, right?
Right, exactly. And we always hear in California, the big one's coming, the big one's coming. So it's a really good time to get prepared for the earthquake, any kind of natural disasters. Even with the heavy rains that we've had, it's a good idea to prepare for those.
Yeah, exactly. Even though this is titled Earthquake Preparedness Seminar, it's really, preparedness is the key word here, right?
Right, exactly. For any kind of disasters that could possibly happen. Earthquakes, floods, even natural disasters, terrorist attacks, you never know. So preparedness, disaster preparedness is really what we're pushing.
Exactly. So what's going to be going on? It's going to last a couple hours. Mm-hmm. You'll be here as a speaker, right?
I will be here, but Polly Bowen, she will be our main speaker. And she will be covering, again, we focus mostly on earthquakes here in California. So she'll be kind of talking about what to do before, during, and after an earthquake. So how to prepare really for any emergency, and then specifically on the earthquake preparedness.
And I know, especially for a community like this, one of the main things that they stress is, be prepared for yourself, your loved ones, in the form of who you're going to communicate with if you have those connections, but also if you take medications, if you have certain health needs, have those on hand with you. So if somebody comes to help you or at least check on you, they know that you're all right.
Right. So the first step in creating kind of a disaster plan is having that communication plan. Right. So what we provide our OCFA residents in our communities is a basic checklist, and it's a really simple form you fill out. Who are you going to call? What medications are you currently taking? Any past medical history? If you had to leave your home, where would you go? How would you get there? So there's simple forms, plans that we do recommend you put together. And
that's a good point, because they may or may not be able to leave the community that they're in, but if they're able to and get with a nearby friend or loved one, first you want to make sure that you can get there.
Right.
And if this is a large-scale quake, and that their dwelling where they're at is all right, and you may just want to, if everything looks good, get all together so all your loved ones and family are together and just stay together for at least a couple days or so, and that way you can help each other out, right?
Right, and so that's another thing we really stress is community resources, because in a large-scale disaster, if you call 911, for example, most of our resources are going to be in the very center where it was hit the hardest.
Exactly.
And so if you can get together as a community and work together to help anyone who needs help, share resources, food or water, that's really the best case scenario.
What do you folks suggest as far as keeping on hand the amount of water and any kind of food for 2-3 days?
We recommend having enough food, water supplies for at least 3 days. Okay. And that's 1 gallon of water per person per day. Okay. And then enough food to last 3 days.
Okay. So. The other thing that may be down are the basic things that we find so inconvenient nowadays. Your cell phone may not work. Mm-hmm. If you do not have any cash on hand, you may find that you cannot get money anywhere. Even if your bank could be closed, or the same communications that work with your cell phone may not allow that to happen as well.
Right.
So that's another thing people have to consider. If you're able to do so, keep a little cash on hand just in case, right?
Yeah, we recommend having cash and small bills, change. That's the best. Don't have, large $100 bills that you won't be able to change or cash out. Yeah. So it's the small amounts. You just have those ready in your kit, as well as if you're taking medication, enough medication for 3 days as well. And a lot of people tend to forget their pets. So if you do have
That's a very good
pets,
point, yeah.
dogs, cats, you want to make sure they're taken care of too with enough food and water for 3 days.
Yeah, that's true. And it may be at the point where you have to leave, but it could be your dwelling is fine, at least for the moment. Maybe you can't get to your pets or take them with you right away, but you can have enough food for them to at least, survive for a while until you can get back.
Right.
I know that the community as a whole is working on a plan for the entire Laguna Woods Village, looking at different scenarios and different ways to help people as needed with our building captains and things like that. And that can play a huge role of being as self-sufficient as possible. Because as you said, the folks from the Orange County Fire Authority or the Sheriff's Department or whatever it might be, they may not be able to get you as quickly as you like.
Right.
And in general, if you're relatively safe, they're going to go where it's needed first, right?
Right, exactly right. So the best thing to do for a community is to use those captains and get together to really manage resources. That's the best thing a community can do to prepare.
Okay, and I noticed with the California Earthquake Authority, one of the sponsors here, are they going to have a speaker as well?
Yes, they will have a speaker, and they'll focus too on mostly how to recover after an earthquake, for economically, for businesses, how much it will take to actually get the community back to where it was before the disaster.
For the people who want to find out more about it, I'm sure they'll talk about earthquake insurance and how they go about getting that. And so you'll be able to come to this seminar and really get a lot of information, not only how to prepare yourself, but what to do when that happens immediately right afterwards, and also for the next couple days as well, right?
Yeah, so you'll receive a lot of information. We'll provide you with sample communication plans, how to put together a disaster kit, so it'll be a lot of good, relevant information.
Yeah, disaster kit in general is a great thing to have. And it's nice, you may have your own first aid kit over here and this over here, but to have a kit all in one place that if you need to get to or you need to take it with you, you know where everything is at inside one bag, right?
Right, because it doesn't do any good if you're forced to evacuate your home and you've got your first aid kit under the sink and your extra food in the garage. You want to make sure it's all together.
Yeah, exactly. Will you folks be, besides that, handing out, you said you're going to be handing out a nice checklist so that people can go through very quickly. Will that also include suggestions of what might be in your survival bag?
Yes, so
Okay.
we'll have kind of a basic checklist of the basic necessities that should be in your survival bag, as well as communication plan and just general safety information.
All right, very good. The key is to be prepared, and when something does happen, we hope it never does, but when it does happen, you're ready to go as well as you possibly can be, or at least shelter in place until help can arrive. If you need it, you can at least sustain yourself, right?
Right, exactly. That's the goal.
All right, very good. So remember, folks, this Earthquake Preparedness Seminar is happening on Wednesday, March 8th from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. right over at City Hall. You're all welcome to attend. You do not have to pre-register for this. There's going to be several guest speakers there that you'll get to listen to, plus you get to ask questions as well. And as Alexa said, have a checklist handed to you and a great way to find out information about being prepared. Well, I want to thank you again, Alexa, for taking your time to speak with us. And this should be a great event. I know that you're excited about it. Polly Bowman will be here from the Orange County Fire Authority, also Glenn Pomeroy, who's part of the California Earthquake Authority. Lots of good information will be given out.
Yes.
It's good to see you. I know we'll see you again soon for some other subject, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and we're looking forward to Wednesday.
All right.